From large corporations to mom and pop businesses, most have a website. But did you know your website could be a sitting duck for a lawsuit that could cost you tens of thousands of dollars? Business websites, just like the physical locations, are required under the Americans with Disabilities Act to be accessible.
And that includes customers who are blind or deaf.
Businesses hit by a record wave of lawsuits in connection with Americans with a Disability Act. In particular, lawsuits that allege websites are not ADA compliant. 1,000 such lawsuits actually filed this year alone, just so far this year, 2018. More this year than in all of 2017.
Navy veteran has filed more than 120 lawsuits against city and county governments and businesses saying their websites are not accessible to people like him. That's because those websites don't work with screen reader programs.
A new twist in a KXAN investigation about an attorney who has filed hundreds of lawsuits against Austin businesses.
We told you about attorney Omar Rosales. He filed the lawsuits with one client accusing businesses of technical violations of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
But KXAN investigator Kevin Schwaller found the lawyer is now targeting websites.
Hi, I'm Amy with SiteCompliance.io, and I want to ask you three very important questions. First, is your website breaking the law? Second, did you hear about the Supreme Court decision that changed everything when it comes to website compliance? And third, are you ready to pay out up to $110,000 in fines and tens of thousands of dollars in settlements? What am I talking about? I'm talking about the ADA compliance regulations pertaining to your website. Yep, just like a physical business location, your business's website must now meet ADA regulations and be accessible to all users, especially those with disabilities like deafness or blindness. And yes, e-commerce websites must be compliant as well. You see, the Supreme Court decision made on October 7, 2019 in the case of Robles versus Domino's made it clear your website must be ADA Title III compliant. And if it isn't, you could face fines and penalties of up to $55,000 for the first offense and up to $110,000 for every offense thereafter. That's not including any court fees, attorney fees, and potential settlement amounts. And the average settlement amount in 2019 was estimated to be around $25,000. Oh, and if you're in business in California, well, then you get a special $4,000 additional fine per complaint filed, as your non-compliant website can now also be held liable under the UNRRA Civil Rights Act. Here are a few stats you need to know. 1. 2019 saw a 300% rise in lawsuits filed against non-ADA compliant websites. 2. There were an estimated 10,000 lawsuits filed in 2019 alone, with an estimated 40,000 demand letters sent to local businesses. 3. It is currently estimated that there is a new lawsuit being filed against a non-compliant website every hour. And those stats came out before the Supreme Court made its decision. I know what you're thinking, but I didn't know. The problem is, I didn't know doesn't stand up in court. So, what can you do? Well, there are two options. The first is you can hire an overpriced remediation firm that will charge you thousands of dollars per page of your website to make it compliant and take months to remediate it. And that's if you can find a firm who can take you on. Yeah, a lot of businesses are trying to get compliant, and they are trying to get compliant now. Meaning aside from paying a fortune, you will probably have to wait in a very long line. Or you can simply let the web compliance experts at SiteCompliance.io help you bring your website up to compliance in about 5 minutes at a mere fraction of the cost, without you having to make any changes to your website. SiteCompliance.io has created a simple, super easy to install technology that can bring your website up to 90% compliant today. All you have to do is take a single line of code, place it on your website, and our accessibility widget will instantly add all the features you need to become up to 90% compliant. Wait, up to 90% compliant? Don't I need to be 100% compliant? Well, while being 100% compliant should be your aim, the courts understand that sometimes it simply isn't possible to become 100% compliant with the technology available today or on the budget of a small business. What the courts want to see is proof that your business is taking drastic and immediate action to bring your site up to the highest compliance standards possible. That's where the SiteCompliance.io accessibility widget really shines. You see, SiteCompliance.io took the most important of the compliance regulations, the ones used in about 95% of the lawsuits, and put them all into one simple tool. This tool then instantly fixes the most critical compliance issues on your website, thus dropping your liability in mere seconds. Implementing this code is so simple that you don't even need a web developer to do it for you. But if you do have a web developer, just send it to them with our instructions and they should have it up and running in no time. Thanks to SiteCompliance.io, you can now get everything you need to make your website compliant and drastically reduce your legal liabilities and risk of lawsuits all in one place, at one time, and at a fraction of the cost. Just think how much you would save from avoiding even one lawsuit by taking preemptive action today. If SiteCompliance.io was able to save you from even one lawsuit, your investment into your website's compliance would have paid for itself many times over. So if you are ready to help protect your business and make sure you are compliant under the new laws and regulations, head on over to SiteCompliance.io right away. We look forward to helping your business become compliant today.